Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into the 2026 Porsche 911 GT3, a car that sits squarely at the intersection of track precision and everyday usability. If you're watching this, you're probably half a second a lap away from clicking the scroll wheel back to reality, because the GT3 tradition is all about that balance, an unapologetically focused machine that still wants to live in your everyday garage. And in 2026, Porsche is said to be refining that balance even further, pushing the envelope without erasing the soul that makes a GT3 what it is. Now, a quick note before we start. Porsche hasn't released full official specs for the 2026 model as of my last update, and details may shift as the car evolves through development and market negotiations. So think of what you're about to hear as a careful blend of what we know, what we expect, and what a modern, track-capable Porsche usually delivers. First impressions matter, and the 2026 GT3 carries that signature 9011 silhouette with a sharpened edge. The lines are cleaner, the stance more purposeful, and there's this quiet confidence in the way the bodywork tucks in, and then explodes outward with a spoiler that looks both refined and ready to work. On the front, you'll notice a more aggressive lower fascia, bigger side intakes, and a grille treatment that hints at improved cooling for the larger air, throughput engine, and the expanded electronics that the GT3 carries today. The side profile remains unmistakably 911, long hood, compact cabin, real drive proportions that Porsche has perfected. But the details tell you this is more than a cosmetic update. There are subtle tweaks to the fenders, a slightly wider track, and a rear that seems to be sculpted around a more advanced aero package. The ride height feels perceptibly lower, which is exactly what a car this serious about grip should be. Walk around the back and you'll find the familiar, purposeful GT3 spoiler, though with adaptive or active aero elements integrated into the wing's design. Porsche has always balanced static downforce with the ability to reduce drag on the straights, and the 2026 model, if it follows the GT3 playbook, likely improves air management across the whole speed range. The diffuser looks deeper, and there are strakes or canards at the corners that seem tuned to push air away from the underbody and toward the rear wing for stability at triple-digit speeds and high-G cornering. The wheels look purpose-built too, with lightweight alloys and a broad, sticky tire combination that's designed for track work yet still tolerable in daily use. Inside, the cabin feels more driver-centric than ever, but Porsche isn't about abandoning comfort for its own sake. The gauges are clear and linear, with a large central rev counter as a nod to tradition and a configurable digital screen that can show track telemetry, lap times, and data overlays for every session. If you've ever driven a GT3, you'll recognize the core DNA: minimal distraction, obvious driver focus, and interfaces that you can operate without taking your eyes off the road or the apex. The seats are lightweight, deeply contoured, and ideally suited for track days, though for long cruises you'll still find comfort on the short side by modern standards. The materials speak Porsche quality: carbon fiber, Alcantara, leather where desired, but the emphasis remains on reducing weight and improving driver feedback. Porsche's track-focused models have always used a sparse, but premium interior that you're inhabiting a machine built for performance, not a daytime lounge car. Under the skin, the 911 GT3's engine continues to be the pulsating heart that enthusiasts adore. The flat six in this segment is a naturally aspirated marvel, designed to sing as it climbs toward a high RPM crescendo, delivering a raw and communicative power delivery that's more about tempo than torque alone. In the 2026 model, you'll hear whispers about a power bump, an incremental increase over the already potent figures in the previous GT3 generations. We're talking a plausible range that sits around the high 500s horsepower, depending on tuning and market constraints, with a happy red line that keeps the engine singing into the upper rev band. The exact horsepower and torque figures haven't been published here, but the direction is clear: more wild, linear response and a soundtrack that remains intoxicatingly NA. Porsche's chassis work is where the GT3 earns its reputation, and the 2026 version, if it follows the GT3 blueprint, continues to emphasize driver feedback and steering purity. The front axle is built for precision, often using a double, wishbone layout that helps manage camber changes and grip as you lean into a corner. The rear axle is a more traditional Porsche solution, but tuned to deliver a lively, predictable, and confidence-building feel at limit. The suspension is finely tuned to balance ride comfort for road use with the stiffness needed for track work, and you can expect adaptive elements, PASM, and perhaps an even more responsive system, so you can tailor the car to your driving style or the track's demands. The GT3 has always been about maximizing tire contact with the road. The contact patch is your gateway to speed, and this new model should feel even more communicative through the steering wheel and the pedals. When you talk about a GT3's ability, a lot of it boils down to how the chassis talks to the driver. In this sense, the 2026 GT3 is said to push the envelope on steering feel and turn in response. The steering is expected to be direct, with a quick ratio and a weighting that makes the car feel smaller than it is, even at speed. There's typically a substantial amount of mechanical grip and a balance that nudges you toward the apex, rather than subduing you with overbearing electronic intervention. Porsche stability systems, while helpful when you're pushing, are designed to step back gracefully when you're in full control and asking for a precise, deliberate line through a corner. I'd expect the GT3 to offer multiple drive modes, ranging from a road-friendly, comfortable setup to a track, focus configuration that stiffens the suspension, tightens the steering, and reduces the intervention of the vehicle's nannies. Tire technology, of course, plays a huge role in performance. The GT3 typically relies on a bespoke tire package tuned for performance and, in some markets, for road compliance. Expect wide, grippy compounds that offer superb lateral bite and excellent braking stability. The braking system is another critical piece: large capacity discs, strong initial bite, progressive fade resistance, and heat management that keeps you confident on long sessions. Ceramic brakes are likely available as an option for reduced weight and improved resistance to heat under repeated track use. The brake-by-wire brake feel through the pedal, when integrated with the car's stability and traction control systems, remains a key element of how a GT3 communicates with the driver. Electrification and electronics are a big part of modern performance cars, and Porsche has to balance tradition with the demands of the broader market. The 2026 GT3 could retain the essence of a naturally aspirated engine for that pure feel that enthusiasts crave, while integrating a more sophisticated 48-volt system for auxiliary power and possibly a mild hybrid setup to improve efficiency and response in lower gears or at city speeds. If a hybrid or mild hybrid system exists, Porsche would aim to keep the characteristic engine feel intact while smoothing out throttle response and offering a touch more torque at the right times. Track telemetry, data logging, and the ability to overlay lap times and sector analysis are almost guaranteed. They're part of the GT3's DNA now and essential for professional use and for enthusiasts who want to study every corner of a track. Transmission choices remain a hot topic with the GT3 historically. The GT3 emphasized driver engagement with a manual option regeneration and a highly tuned PDK for most buyers in later versions. In the 2026 car, we can expect either a continued emphasis on a dual-clutch, fast-shifting PDK tuned for track performance or, for the purists, a manual option that's lightweight and has a precise, short throw. Porsche could position the manual as a special order or limited-run feature, preserving the GT3's classic charm for collectors who want that analog connection in an ever-digital world. Either way, the transmission should deliver rapid, clean shifts with a race car-like cadence that keeps engine speed and cornering momentum in a zone where thrill meets control. Technology in the cockpit is not just about speed, it's about how you manage it. Expect modern driver assistance features to be present in some form, but attenuated for track work. Lane departure warnings and adaptive cruise control may be de-emphasized or absent in favor of a simpler, more focused interface. Instead, you'll get track-ready data systems, live telemetry, sector times, brake distances, steering angle data, and perhaps integration with a mobile app that can upload lap data for analysis. Porsche has historically done a superb job of presenting data in a non-distracting way, so the GT3 likely keeps the information you need at arm's reach, with minimal screens that demand your attention away from the road. On the question of daily usability, the GT3's reputation sits on a knife edge between track beast and street companion. It's a car you could drive to a track day, then drive home, then go back again on the weekend. The seats hold you in place on a tight corner, but still offer enough comfort for a longer drive if you want to stretch your legs. A practical rear seat option would likely remain a niche feature, with storage space and cabin layout designed to optimize weight distribution and structural rigidity rather than passenger comfort. In essence, Porsche's goal with the GT3 is to make a car you're grateful to own on the street and excited to exploit on a racetrack. In that rare space where a road car becomes a precision instrument, pricing is the usual future-forward question. The GT3 has never been the cheapest 911 variant, given its hardware, specialized materials, and the engineering overhead of a car designed to live at the track's edge. Expect the 2026 GT3 to be positioned in the high six-figure realm in many markets, with options that can push the price higher for carbon packages, cross-stitched interiors, titanium exhausts, and bespoke wheels. The exact cost will depend on local taxes, import duties, and the extent to which Porsche chooses to offer optional performance packages and aero elements. If you're budgeting for a GT3, you'll want to factor in the cost of track-ready tires, brake pads, and any service plans that keep a car that's designed for track work in peak form between sessions. A quick note on ownership experience. Porsche's dealer network and service approach for the GT3 are typically very supportive for enthusiasts who push their car on track days. The GT3 requires careful maintenance, especially if you're pushing toward track limits regularly. Tire replacement cycles will be more aggressive than for a daily driver. Brake wear can be accelerated with repeated high-speed braking. And you'll want to budget for periodic checks on suspension components, cooling systems, and drivetrain hardware that take the kind of stress a GT3 can deliver. If you're deciding whether to buy a 2026 GT3 now or wait for the next wave of models, consider what you want out of a car today. If you crave the purest, most unfiltered connection to the road that a modern, performance-focused Porsche can offer, the GT3 remains a compelling choice. It's a car that makes the driver feel precisely how fast you're going, what the tires are doing at the edge, and how the car wants you to push it into the next apex. If you're drawn to that kind of immediacy, and you're prepared to accept the maintenance and the cost of a car built to be a track instrument rather than a showroom star, the GT3 is still one of the most emotionally engaging vehicles you can buy. Now, what should you look for if you're a prospective buyer or a reviewer with a camera and a stopwatch? First, a test on a technical track would reveal how the adaptive aero functions influence high-speed stability and cornering grip. If the wing can adjust for downforce versus drag, you'll want to see how it behaves at different speeds and in different configurations. The same goes for the front aero elements. How do they affect front and bite as you push into a turn? Second, a thorough road test matters. On a mixed road with surface changes, you want to know how the GT3 behaves in comfort mode, how much road feel you receive through the steering, and how predictable the chassis feels under braking and quick direction changes. The car should feel composed in the mid-speed corners and still have the ability to shed speed cleanly when you want to rotate the car using throttle and steering. Third, you'll want to hear the engine. Despite the potential for hybridization in future models, the GT3's sound and character should remain an essential part of the product. The engine note, its raspy, high-pitched cadence as it climbs toward the red line, is a key identifier for this car. The revised intake and exhaust geometry should give the engine a livelier, more engaging sound, especially when you're pushing into the upper revs. Fourth, you should consider ownership cost and reliability. A performance car like the GT3 isn't just about purchase price, it's about maintenance, tires, brakes, and the availability of parts. If you're a daily driver who also loves weekend track sessions, you'll want to plan your service schedule and consider specialized shops with experience in high-performance Porsche maintenance. Finally, if you can, try to compare the 2026 GT3 against its likely competition cars in the same and blend track capability with daily usability. The field is crowded with cars from Ferrari, McLaren, and AMG, all of which bring their own strengths. The GT3's appeal is insistence on a pure driver's experience within the familiar, everyday usable 911 package. In closing, the 2026 Porsche 911 GT3 is positioned to continue a tradition. It's a car that respects Porsche's heritage, an NA6-cylinder engine, a chassis tuned for the edge, and a cockpit that keeps you in command without overwhelming you with digital frivolities. It promises more precise handling, refined aero efficiency, and perhaps a touch more power, all delivered without sacrificing the core philosophy of the GT3. An instrument for drivers who want to feel every centimeter of the track through the steering wheel, the seat, and the pedals. If you enjoyed this look at the 2026 Porsche 911 GT3, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the latest performance machines, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next track test, hot laps, or feature on the car you're thinking of buying. Tell me in the comments what you'd like to see tested on a track day with a brake, heat test, the cornering data, or perhaps a comparison with a close competitor. I'm curious to hear what matters most to you when you're choosing a car that's meant to be driven, not merely owned. Thanks for watching. Stay fast, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, the 911 GT3 has landed, and it's more than just the latest in a legendary line. It's a statement. From a mere glance, it doesn't scream supercar, with extravagant body panels like its flashier rivals, but beneath that seemingly restrained exterior lies a machine that is nothing short of breathtaking. At the heart of this marvel is a naturally aspirated 4.0-liter flats-out 502 horsepower and rips up to an astonishing 9,000 RPM, delivering a spine-tingling soundtrack that feels both brutal and poetic. Whether you go with the 6-speed manual or the faster shifting 7-speed dual-clutch PDK, your grip on the wheel and your senses will be fully awakened, thanks to telepathic steering, Olympic-level chassis feedback, and Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 or Cup R tires that refuse to let go. Merge that with control arm front suspension, the first of its kind in a 911, and adaptive dampers. and you're looking at cornering grip and arresting precision that make every apex feel earned. Even if you park it in your garage for daily drives, this car's DNA bleeds pure performance. With a 0 to 60 time of just 2.7 seconds in PDK form and 3.3 seconds with the manual, it outpaces many hypercars. And yet, it's still rooted in the joy of driving, not just brute force. Step inside and you find familiar elegance, but with sharper functionality tailored for the racetrack and the road. The analog touch remains the star, flanked by digital displays that shift into a GT mode, putting critical data front and center. There are lightweight seats with folding backrests that even house thorax airbags. And one clever detail: the headrest padding can be removed to accommodate helmeted drivers. Even the touring variant, with its more subtle rear spoiler, keeps practicality and performance hand in hand, offering rear seats that might just sway you into daily usability. Technology hasn't been left behind. It's been upgraded smartly. The 10.9-inch infotainment touchscreen now offers faster response times, built-in Amazon Alexa and the Porsche App Center, with Dolby Atmos spatial audio available in the optional Bose stereo setup. Plus, you get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi hotspot, and native Spotify and Apple Music. You're connected without being distracted. Wise, both the standard GT3 and the meaner GT3 RS use that same 4.0-liter flat six. On the RS, it's tuned to 518 horsepower and adds an F1-style drag reduction aerodynamic system. On our test track, the RS blasts to 60 miles in 0.7 seconds like the PDK GT3, and the quarter mile in a breathtaking 10.9 seconds. Supercar territory with Porsche's racing soul. Throw in the massive steel brakes, optional carbon ceramic rotors, and active anti-roll bars, and you've got the tools to stop on a dime or corner like a scalpel. It's not all rainbows. There's a firm ride, and the price tag of $25,000 to $44,000 depending on trims and options is eye-opening. But that's the price to pay for a dual-purpose gladiator, a track beast that can climb into your daily commute at dawn, then conquer the back roads at dusk, or vice versa. 4-year 50,000-mile warranties, including 1 year or 10,000 miles of maintenance, sweeten the deal. Yet, while the 20D6 GT3 sings, the clock is ticking. Euro 7 emissions regulations loom, pushing this fearless, high-revving beast toward forced induction or hybrid territory. Porsche's GT boss has openly acknowledged it. Without electrification or turbocharging, this screaming 9-rpm engine can't survive beyond 2026. That may just turn this model into a legacy icon, the final chapter of an analog symphony before the transition to modern regulations. Meanwhile, on the racing front, the GT3 experience goes deeper. Porsche Motorsport is rolling out and optimized with the 2026 season, owning what was already a formidable competitor. Race-winning DNA is still there, but now the car benefits from fresher focus on aerodynamics, cooling, and reliability, especially for non-pro drivers balancing pace with consistency. The front wheel arch louvers and revised double wishbone front suspension make braking more stable. At the rear, the swan neck wing with a gurney flap boosts downforce, while the multi-link rear suspension enhances anti-squat control under hard acceleration. Upgraded steering cooling, ceramic wheel bearings, separated driveshaft cooling via NACA ducts, and Bosch's 5th-gen racing ABS, all recalibrated to maintain performance, even when fatigue and heat take their toll. On top of that, functions like a remote logger unit write driving data straight to a USB, data collection made effortless during race stints. Porsche even offers this as upgrade kits for existing GT3R owners, so your machine can evolve rather than be replaced. They haven't stopped at racing machines. A new 992-111 Cup car is also entering the 2026 stage, refined with better front-end aero, updated electronics, and adaptable safety system. Testing with eFuels and eco-conscious methods signal Porsche's move toward sustainable racing, all while keeping visceral performance alive track-wide. So picture this. The 2026 Porsche 911 GT3 is one of the last pure analog speed symphonies, non-auto ramp whales, direct connection, and uncompromising performance. Yet alongside it runs the next-gen GT3R and Cup race cars embracing refined aero tech and even sustainability, a bridge from raw excellence into the future. As fans, drivers, and enthusiasts, this is our moment, the GT3's grand finale, red and roaring high-pitched crescendos, etched before the era of turbos and hybrids, and maybe, just maybe, the most beautiful revolution of the 911 spirit.